Our dear and so beautiful temples are unique to our LDS Church. We are at least the only so-called Christian religion that is building temples and claiming the rituals performed therein are ordained by God for the purpose of salvation. No other Christian ministry will ever say we need a building for our salvation, and we cannot find any biblical reference in the New Testament to support such idea. Actually, nowhere in the Bible do we find the purpose for another temple, much less multiple ones, and even less any temple located somewhere else than in Jerusalem. In conclusion, our temples are strictly modern-day revelations. But now, let's understand why we absolutely don't need temples according to the biblical gospel.
They replied, "It has taken 46 years to build this temple, and you are going to raise it in 3 days." But the temple he had spoken of was his body.
There is no mystery about the ceremonies and rituals performed in the original temple of the nation of Israel. All of it is explained in details in the Bible. We could read the whole chapter 9 of the epistle to the Hebrews, where we are clearly explained about the rituals performed in the temple as being only an image of Christ, which has been replaced by a new covenant, removing the need for any other temple since its sole purpose was for the old Mosaic covenant, not for marriages or secret endowment ceremonies for the living, much less for the dead. You might have seen this symbol before, official sigil of the Freemason fraternity, the square and the compass, the tools of the great architect. Freemasons are not only a band of brothers, in fact, they learn occult esoteric knowledge, which they observe and believe. Moreover, they have to swear allegiance to a deity who is not the God of Abraham. Those of you who have been in the temple and keep observance to its rituals, you may recognize their Freemason symbols, the square and the compass, on the garments, which confirm the origin of the ritual. The official LDS Church website does not deny that Joseph Smith and all the founding leaders were also Freemasons. There, you will even read that after joining the fraternity, Joseph Smith felt even more inspired to receive additional revelations, more specifically about the temple. And even though none of those temple ceremonies can be found in any of the canon available to the faithful members of the LDS Church, we believe so much that these rituals are actually needed and important for our salvation, that we perform them for the dead.
And when he was raised from death, his disciples remembered what he had told them. Then they believed the Scriptures and the words of Jesus.
John told us, under the inspiration of the same Holy Spirit, that Jesus spoke of his body as the temple, and Paul did the same by teaching us that we, the followers of Christ, are his body, and therefore the living temple of God on earth.